My question is, how do we understand the claim that Jesus, peace be upon him, was crucified on a cross, tree, or pole in light of Deuteronomy chapter 21, verses 22 and 23, and Galatians chapter 3, verse 13, which states that whoever is hung on a tree or pole or cross is cursed? Thank you.
Well, I'd say you're about that close to understanding the gospel, right? Because we know Jesus is righteous according to both the Bible and the Quran. Muhammad in the Hadith said that Satan touches everyone who comes into the world, but he couldn't touch Jesus or his mother. Everyone else, Muhammad, everyone, Satan could touch him, but not Jesus. And so, you're right. How do we reconcile our belief that Jesus was righteous with the Old Testament claim that anyone who's hung on a tree is cursed? And it seems that we would have to say that Jesus was cursed in spite of being righteous, and that's exactly what the gospel says, right? The one who was without sin became sin for us. So, if we left those things out, and you would wonder, oh, was Jesus cursed? Well, Jesus was righteous, and yet he was cursed. And notice he was hung on a tree, according to Shabir as well. So he's under a curse, according to both views on the stage tonight. And so if Jesus was under a curse, well, what do we do there? In Christianity, he's under a curse for a reason, right? He's under a curse for a reason because he's becoming a curse for us, right? So that we can be forgiven. As far as other interpretations, I guess he's under a curse because he was hung on a tree, but I don't know. Shabir's about to answer, so he can explain what he would think about Jesus being hung on a tree.
I agree that Jesus was righteous, and I don't agree that he was a curse. And the Deuteronomy passage actually refers to a person who was hung justly for his crimes. So he's under the curse of God, according to Deuteronomy. Paul misunderstood this, and though Jesus was unjustly hung, Paul said Jesus became a curse, but he's a curse for us. But that is problematic because, as Dr. William Lane Craig asserts, you cannot just simply say that Jesus got up and rose from the dead on his own. God had to raise him from the dead. But as I pointed out to him, for God to raise him from the dead, God has to want to raise him from the dead. And if all we know is that he died under the curse of God, according to your scriptures, you have no reason for thinking that God would want to raise the accursed person from the dead, who died under the curse of his own law. So you have a contradiction here, and it's a major one, and that's another reason for believing that Jesus was not raised from the dead, and it's better to think that he did not die in the first place.
Again, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.